factoring a difference of squares. For this section, I'm going to take us back to an earlier unit for a moment and do some review. Remember back when you factored things like, or when you multiply two binomials like 3x minus 5 times 3x plus 5, let's work that out on a separate sheet of paper and remind ourselves what happens that makes this so special. 3x minus 5 times 3x plus 5. Alright, when we multiply the first terms, 3x times 3x, we get 9 for the 3 times 3 and x squared for the x times x. Now I'm going to multiply my outers, and I know some of you use the box method, but just for time's sake I'm going to just show with FOIL. 3 times 5 is 15, bring the x along for the ride, so I get plus 15x because they're both positive. Now I'm going to multiply my inners. Now I have to think of this as a negative 5 times a positive 3 times x, so that's minus 15x. Right away you should see something happening here, but let's finish it up first. Finally I'll multiply the last. Negative 5 times positive 5 gives me negative 25. Look what's going on in the middle here. The two inner terms, positive 15x and negative 15x, they're going to make 0. Plus 15 minus 15, combine these two like terms, they're gone. They make 0. And all I end up with is 9x squared minus 25. Well, think about where these two came from. They came from squaring this one and squaring this one. So if we have a special product like this, here's another one. Let's see if we can just see what's going to happen without working it out. X plus 4 times x minus 4. That 4x and minus 4x will drop out. Oops, sorry. It would help if you could see it. The 4x and minus 4x will drop out, and all we'll have left is x squared minus the product of these two, minus 16. So we are going to look at things backwards now. We're going to start with an expression like this and try to figure out how to get to here. We're going to start with an expression like this and try to figure out how to get here. So let's take a peek at the first one. We've got x squared minus 49. So here's how you want to approach these. Ask yourself what times itself makes this first term. X times x makes x squared. So write one of those x's down. What times itself makes 49? That would be 7. Now all you have to do is set up your parentheses, two binomials. We're going to put the x, this x, in the first spot in each one. We're going to put the 7 in the second spot in each one, and we're going to put a plus sign in the middle of one and a minus sign in the middle of the other. It's really that simple. And then of course you might want to do a mental check to see if it really works. X times x makes the x squared. X times minus 7 makes minus 7x. 7 times x, they're both positive, makes plus 7x. Those two will drop out. And then finally, plus 7 times minus 7 makes the minus 49. It works. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. So start the same way. Ask yourself what times itself makes 64x squared. Well, what times itself makes 64? Did you say 8? What times itself makes x squared? Did you say x? Done with that one. Now let's look at the second term. What times itself makes 81? If you need a multiplication chart, get it out. You should be able to look these up quickly because they're along the diagonal in your multiplication chart. Did you get 9? Alright, set up your two pair parentheses. Put the 8x in the first spot, 8x in the first spot, 9 in the second spot, 9 in the second spot, and then don't forget you need two opposite operations, plus and minus, so those middle terms drop out. And I'll let you do the mental check on your own time. We're going to go on to the next one, and then I'm going to give you one more to practice on your own. Alright, what times itself makes the 9 part of this term? Of course, that's 3. Now this is a little trickier. What times itself makes y to the 4th power? Y to the 4th power. Well, think about it. Split that exponent in half. Won't it be y squared? Because when we multiply, we add our exponents. So we want just half as many y's. Because when I multiply y squared by y squared, I'll get y to the 4th. Alright, let's look at the other term. What times itself makes 1? Obviously 1. Get your 2 pair parentheses ready. Put the 3y squared in the first one here and in the second one here. Don't forget we need it in both places. Let's do the mental check on this one right away. 3 times 3 is 9. Y squared times y squared. Y times y times y times y is y to the 4th. It does work. Think about it backwards. Alright, put your 1 here and your 1 here, a plus sign and a minus sign. And our inner and outer terms will drop out because this one will be negative, minus 1 times 3y squared. This one will be positive, positive 3y squared. Those will go away and we'll have the minus 1 right here. So there's our final answer. Let me give you one last one to try. Let's make it, how about 36x to the 6th power minus 4y squared. And I'm going to give you an alternate one. If that one's too hard for you, try this one. Let's make it 25x squared minus, let's go with 9. Okay? Try either or both of those and tune into the next video to find out if you got them right.